All right, so good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Celeste's over record here. A little later in the afternoon for me for right now, but I did have some appointments this morning, and Rob apparently seems to be working a little bit late, so I'm gonna take this quick minute here to come join y'all. Bug fire going. I'm gonna etch that. Do something with it. Oh, I did want to take time while I'm doing all this part. Um, just to explain, I'm going to be sharing the sipping and tripping from last night. I don't know how y'all are handling the Mars retrograde, and now I messed up a bunch of times too, where I kept saying Mercury retrograde for some reason. But um, it's been pretty intense for me. I will say. I think I cried twice yesterday. You know. And it's too funny for me not to share at this point, just with everything that's been going on over the last so many years, and just there's some of you that are following that have just been watching the mirroring and everything else that's been going on. Yeah, so the video cracked me up because just, the timing around when we filmed it last night, which was Wednesday night. And then I woke up this morning and I pre-watched it, and I was like, I don't know, I'm a little lit in it, obviously I had a really hard day, so. And I know people are like, well, why don't you drink something other than whiskey? Anything other than whiskey or like dark liquor gives me a gnarly, gnarly hangover. Why do you drink? Well, I either have a nightcap or I have to take a medication to go to sleep, and the problem is if I take the medication to go to sleep, I need 10 to 12 hours to sleep if I take that shit. And I'm not waking up in the morning, and it was causing a big problem because I could not get up to get everybody else up in time. Me getting up early, and it cost me my mornings, man. I don't know, if you're a morning person and that's your favorite time of day, not being able to wake up in the morning and like force being medicated to sleep in, it's a horrible feeling because you want to wake up and you just can't. You wake up and you feel crappy drunk. That's what ends up happening. So yeah, I could have worse vices. I was never, me or nor Rob, neither one of us was ever into any like hardcore drugs like methamphetamines and things like that. I did hang out with strippers, so I did have, I have experimented with, I guess coke and stuff like that, but and stuff like that. That's pretty much it. And I never had an addictive personality. Like, I didn't mind partaking in things at parties, but I was also the person who also had, besides, like, they all worked at the bar, I had a 9 to 5 job. So they would all be like, Sunday morning, they're ready to go try to do something else. And I'm like, y'all, I gotta get up and go to work tomorrow. I actually would maintain the presence of mind that eventually I need to sleep. I wonder where some of those people are now, but I try not to think too much about it. But yeah, no, we're planning on doing big plans. I am switching over. Cards and Coffee and Sipping and Tripping are going to be switching over to a secondary channel here in a little bit once I get it finished and all set up and everything. I'll put the links up and everything else for that, and then this channel will go back to just being astrology videos. It will be I'll do full moons. I'm gonna go back to doing full moons, and I will do the 13 moons, 13 runes. I'm gonna do the official kickoff, the Halloween full moon. 13 moons, 13 runes, starting with the New Year full moon for witches anyway. And then on the Sabbats, I will do the planetary astrological, any retrogrades and things like that. The Sabbats will be when I make sure that I have those posted for everybody. And I'm just trying to get a schedule out of what kind of videos I want to do. I mean, I know you guys have been on this ride with me for a long time, but, you know, I had to figure out what it was actually that I wanted to do. Because when I started, it was just seemed like something easy, seemed like something fun, seemed like something I like to do. But I like to do a lot of different things. So I've pretty much spent the last couple years figuring out how I want to do my things. If that makes sense to anybody. It's hot today. It was nice this morning. It was all like misty and foggy and you couldn't see, and all the flowers were covered in dew on my morning walks and all that. Now it's just muggy and hot now that the sun came out. Skulls today. This was the first I guess fancy deck, decorated deck. So yeah, so we're going to be switching that over. We talked about a lot of things that we think we may do in the Sippin' and Trippin'. And that's another reason I wanted to bring it up right now, is because I'm not sure how much that was mentioned in the video is things that I'm going to be pulling off, or when or how or where we're going to be doing certain things. I said we are very much still in the detail portion of what's going on, like working out the schedules and things like that. Like I said, we still got kids out of school and all this other crazy stuff. So, you know, just give me a little bit of time, guys. I've got this. I've got this. You know, it makes me think of, like, you know, when people want to climb Mount Everest, right? Well, if you want to climb Mount Everest, what do you have to do first? First, you have to figure out what all you need to climb Mount Everest, what all you need to do to climb Mount Everest. Then you need to find out, can you climb? You got to learn how to climb properly. You know, you have to go into a gym somewhere and train on climbing walls. And you can do all that, and you can learn how to climb on all the climbing walls, and you can buy all the special gear, and you can do all that. But you know what happens when you get to Everest? The altitude's too high. You can't climb right away. You have to spend several weeks in base camp learning from all the other climbers, acclimating to the altitude. You know? That's where you meet the other climbers, and, you know, you make pairings and friendships and whatnot of, you know, what groups you're going to climb with and what you're not, and who's leaving when, what's going on, and you talk to the people who have done the mountain a million times, and, you know, that's what you do at base camp. You know, you can't just show up. You have to you have to go through all the steps. Side quests, guys. You can't skip the side quests. If they were to just take you up in a helicopter and drop you off on the top of Everest, you would die of altitude sickness. So don't be mad if the universe makes you chill out at base camp for a while. Alright. Let's see what we got going on for this. First full 24 hours of Mars retrograde. This is the 10th that I'm doing this. It'll be up in a couple of hours, and then I'll load the Sippin' and Trippin', and that'll be up, you know, sometime in the middle of the night, I'm sure. Alright, so the energies we're working with here, what? We got the Queen of Cups. The hand offering the flower there. The Queen of Cups, trying to be nurturing, trying to be loving, trying to find ingenuitive ways of breaking through certain barriers. But conflicts always seem to keep arising. You need to find your solid team, your wolf pack, who you are meant to be spending time with, and be mindful of players. This is in reverse too, so just be mindful of players. And just have to wait a second, getting a phone call. Be mindful of players. Be mindful of those who are drinking from everybody's cups. Be careful of that. Be mindful of those guys who are cool with entertaining a whole bunch of people in their DMs, girls too. Be mindful of that. Be mindful of anybody who does those things where they like to keep people on the back burner. Watch out for that, all right? You know, this looks like the Queen of Cups is trying to break through, but that's what you're running into. That's what you're running into. Conflicts and a player, and your team is trying to tell you, your soul tribe's telling you what you need to know. They're telling you, dude, player, let it go, player, let it go, player, let it go. And you're just like, but I see it's light, you know, and fish see treats on hooks, guys. Come on now. Get with the program. I don't, talking and flirting is one thing, but if you are set to say that you're not going to talk or flirt with anybody else, that's what you need to do. That's why people think I'm just on call for everybody in my world, thinks I just be right there. Because 99% of the time I am. Alright, so you got the Three of Pentacles here. Planning is being put in place. The Hierophant. Time needs to be taken to really mull over what you are doing. You are headed towards a victory, but you need to figure out how to balance out your shit, your work, your home life needs to be balanced out, and you need to remove any three-party situations that is causing toxicity to your connections. Remember, third party doesn't necessarily be cheaters, but there was a cheater card there. So, yeah, if you've got somebody who's entertaining other options with you, cut them loose. Cut them loose. I'm sorry. I'm not a backup. I'm not a secondary choice. I'm not. You want to talk to other people? Then you don't want to talk to me. Goodbye. Bye. You know, it's not that hard, guys. There's 6 billion people on the planet, and you know what the most preyed upon group on the planet right now is Western females, because the programming that we have is so jacked, desperate for a romantic relationship that we are literally taken advantage of constantly by people in other countries, by men in general. You know, you need to have the same confidence as an average looking 30-year-old white dude. I mean, these men walk around here like they're the gift to women, and they're not exactly the more attractive looking species. So stop beating yourself up. Someone's entertaining other options, let them go be entertained by those other options. You go find you another option, okay? I got Four of Summer. Being distracted and failing to see a magical opportunity. Taking someone or something for granted. Discontentment with life. Don't be wasting your time on a fantasy and neglecting, you know, the important people in your life. Don't be deterred by challenges along the way. It's important to communicate clearly and accurately. Amazing new ideas should be implemented. Base camp. Base camp, guys. Don't be deterred by the challenges. You came here to learn. Amazing new ideas. Talk to other people. Learn how other people did things. Even if you can't talk to them, watch somebody who's doing whatever it is you're trying to do. Learn new ideas. Adapt them. Work with them. Don't have problems changing up the plan a little bit. What you thought camping was going to be easy on Everest, it turns out it's a little bit harder, but that's why you have to take a couple of weeks to acclimate to the situation before you start climbing. Falling in love and making a serious commitment to somebody. Forgiveness and the resolution of a problem. Don't give up. Your relationship can be healed. Now, between this card and this card, what I'm going to say is I have a feeling that you have a very strong love connection that you are ignoring for a player type energy. Why? Oh, what? Because you deserve somebody who looks better? What do you want? Someone who looks better, or someone's going to treat you better, honey? Wake up. Wake up. You want a player with money versus someone who'll love you and actually treat you decent and treat you like a queen and like you're the best thing since sliced bread. I mean, you really got to switch it up on what you're expecting from people and what you think, you know. People go, I want a partner that's worthy of me. I deserve better. And I don't know how many times I've seen this one going on where someone's like, oh, I deserve better. I deserve it. And then I go and I look at their profile and they're like, I'm like, you're not. What, do you want a supermodel? What are you going for, dude? You know, this actually was a gay guy at one time, but yeah, and he was a heavy-set dude and everything else, and I mean, just the way he talked about other dudes all the time, and I'm like, no wonder you feel terrible and you can't find nobody. You're picking everybody around you apart, so which means there's an internal dialogue that you've got going on where you're picking up subliminal judgments on yourself from other people. Naked before the stars. Be true to yourself. You can fake it out there in the world as much as you want, but you cannot lie to the universe. I don't care how much makeup you have on. You go outside and look up at the night sky, you might as well be naked in front of those stars. They see far beyond all that. Can't lie to the moon. Colorless angels. It's the end of a cycle, guys. It's time to really start recognizing the programming and where the problems are coming from. All right? I got fairy magic here. Respectfully work with the fairies and the elements to achieve your goals. Always be humble. Always give thanks. Always be grateful. Attitudes and gratitudes will get you farther. Be grateful for any deities you call upon, especially if you are calling upon them to help you, give you strength. Healing, true healing of the mind, body, and soul. It's time to let go of these programs that are keeping you in your own head, tearing yourself apart. All right? I don't have a lot of time for anything else. If you like that, please like, share, subscribe, spank the bell. I got to make some phone calls and just pick up Rob and do all this other fun stuff today. I do hope you enjoy it. I'm going to go ahead and post this and then post that sipping and tripping for you guys just because I think there'll be a handful of you that really get a trip out of it. I thought it was pretty funny. And I was kind of feeling myself last night. I felt hot. You know, that's the Aries thing. What? I cried. I got mad. I cried. And then I took a shower. Now I feel really good and I feel pretty. So let's make a video. And that's kind of how that went last night. But big things are coming in 2021, guys. Big things for lots of people. Lots of opportunities. Lots of different things changing. And a lot of things to entertain y'all is coming. It's coming. Just got to finish getting through this shift. Remember, every planet, I think except for two. I think it's Venus is direct. Venus and Mercury. Yeah. Two of the smallest, closest to the sun planet. Actually, I believe the ones that are on the inside of us. All the ones on the outside are retrograde right now, guys. So, take time. Acclimate to base camp. Talk to your fellow climbers. And catch you on the ascension ride, y'all. I love y'all. Remember, as always, like, share, subscribe, spank my bell. Let me know you like it. And I will talk to you later. Blessed be all those who walk these twisted paths with me. I love y'all, and I'll talk to you later.